thought in the first half we had things going our way. I thought we played really under control offensively. We got good shots. We caught them at a good time coming off a very emotional game in Kansas on Tuesday. I knew that coming in. They were ripe for the pickings. And then, and we played a pretty solid first half. I thought we left some points on the table, late in the half. We missed some baskets, some easy baskets, and that hurt us going in. Second half, they came out and then defended like they're capable of defending. That was my biggest worry, that we'd have a hard time scoring. And I thought defensively they ramped it up and caused us a lot of problems. And we couldn't, we just had a hard time scoring in the second half. And then they got it going and made threes. I thought for us to have a chance to win, we'd have to do a good job on the glass. And for the most part, we did. We had to take care of the ball. We still had 16 turnovers. And that was a real problem too. Turnovers in the baskets. But in the second half, they ended up making 9 threes, and that when they make 9 threes, they're going to be hard to beat.
Steve, could you just talk a little about the lift? The Green game them early.
Yeah.
You got up to 18 days, you got 10 points.
Yeah, he was good, and he was a guy that he gave them a spark when they needed it. He played with a lot of confidence, I thought, on offense. He came off the ball screen and made some shots. We probably didn't do a great job of defending that, and giving him that look. But he's a good player, and they, just watching him play, just a small sample of what I've seen. They need him, to be aggressive like that at the point. And it's kind of a fastball and a changeup with him and big kid. I can't even think of his name. 22. Yeah, he's good. Saw him play in high school a lot. But yeah, he was great. He did a great job for him.
Steve, is this the kind of performance you were hoping from Peter when he got an extra year?
Yeah, he's in his 50th year of college basketball. Peter's, how old are you, Peter? 24. Okay. Yeah, Peter played great. I didn't think we did a good job early getting him the ball enough. I felt like watching Kansas playing, we run kind of the same offense a little bit. We run the high-low. They're not running it as much this year, but a couple times against Kansas in the game on Tuesday, they threw over the top to Big Boy and got baskets. And I thought we could do that with a lot of backside action, and we got that a few times. I don't think we did a good enough job of probably getting him the ball, but he played great.
Steve, over here.
Yeah.
Kentucky forced you guys into the 16 turnovers, and you guys gave Kentucky many different defensive looks that Kentucky was able to overcome. Does that speak to how talented Kentucky is, and or to how much work you guys need to do to overcome the point production you lost from last year?
Yeah, we got to do both. Yeah, we got to overcome a lot from last year, right? We lost some good players, but we have good players in our program. I think they showed that tonight. They're just playing different roles. Last year some of these guys were backups, and now they're starters, and they have to make plays when the game is on the line. And they'll do that. I think when you play against a young team, in my experience, sometimes you got to change those looks to try to confuse them a little bit. And that's kind of, we tried to do that tonight. We played some man, we played some zone, we played some soft press, we played some 1-3-1. We just tried to mix it up to kind of keep them off balance. And, to their credit, for the most part, I thought they handled it pretty well for a young team.
Steve, it may be obvious, but what about their defense makes it so effective?
Well, it's their length. I talked about this before. I mean, that was my biggest nightmare coming in here, was trying to decide how we were going to get our baskets. And early on, we got them. We got good looks. We moved it. We shared it. We tried to mix them up. You can't just dribble at them and score. It's not going to work. You got to drive it and kick it. Look hammer. Look one more. And we did a good job of that early on and made shots. But to me, defensively, their biggest, to answer your question again, is just their size and their length and their athleticism. You don't get clean looks, and that makes it really hard.
Steve, you forced them into 22 turnovers. Was that because of the way you were mixing up your defense, or what do you think?
I think that's probably some of it. We did it. I thought we kind of tried to keep them off balance the best we could. We played hard. We're scrappy. That's kind of who we are. We believe in that gritty, grimy, and tough together. And I thought we played that way. We got scrappy and got some loose balls, and we got to continue to do that. We forced a lot of turnovers. To be honest, the 3 games we played, we just can't turn over as much. And 16 actually is a low for us.
Peter, similar question to what I asked Steve. Is this the kind of game you're hoping when you came back? This was your career high and probably your best game in college.
Yeah, the reason I came back because last year I didn't play enough, and so I got the chance to come back this year. And I kind of trust me. I jumped to it. I'm like, I'm going back there, and at least I can prove myself that I can play more.
Anybody else? Is it David?
Yeah, David. You made for the first half, you made a little mid-range jump shot and turned toward the Kentucky bench and gave a little shrug and said something. Is that just letting them know you guys weren't intimidated right off the bat, or what?
Oh, yeah, we ain't showing no fear to no one, but I got to give it to them. They is a great young group, and they is going to be hard to beat, but I just feel like this is a missed opportunity for us. But it's cool. We just going to bounce back, just go work hard and go practice and go on from there.
Steve, Kentucky seems.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was go ahead.
Thought you had something.
No.
Kentucky seems better in transition than half court. Is that true of all teams, or especially more for a young team?
I think for a young team that's as talented and as athletic and fast as they are, and they can turn defense into offense, I think that's something that right now they're probably going to thrive in. I think they'll get better and better and better offensively in the half court as the season goes along. Coaches' teams usually do, and I think right now his defense is ahead of his offense, but a lot of teams are like that right now, unless you're a veteran. Vermont came in here and they got an older group that has played together a long time. They ran offense deep into the clock and got shots and made them. But they shot 60% in the second half and still lost. So that tells you how good their defense really is, in my opinion.
Steve, what did you take from Greg Marshall and then Bruce Pearl to get here?
Well, those guys are way two different people. One guy takes his shirt off, one guy doesn't. Pressure defense, both of them are different, though. I've coached with Greg, and he's a lot like, he's a lot like Billy. I worked for Billy too, and I'm tight with Billy still to this day. And I learned how to defend and grab the ball with two hands, the same stuff that Coach Cal talks about. So we play a lot more pressure, half-court man-to-man defense at Wichita State, and Coach Pearl's defense was full court. But again, in the big games, you have to be able to defend in the half court. You can't just press people. And so I've learned a lot from those guys, and I've been very fortunate to have great teachers. I've just been unfortunate that Kentucky beats us when we're 35-0 in the country. Yeah.
Steve, looking at this team, when you were scouting this team, looking at them on film, is there anything you saw on film that you didn't see tonight, or is Kentucky everything that you saw when you're prep?
No, they are what I thought they were. I was really concerned again about their length. I was concerned about offensive rebounding. They got 13. I was really concerned about those things, and I was just really worried we were going to be able to score because I thought they'd do a good job of keeping us in front. We did a pretty good job early on of creating some help situations and kicks for shots. Okay, and we did a good job of that. And then I think they settled down. Let's be real. They're young kids. They just came off a big stage on Tuesday. They're playing Kansas. Now they're playing East Tennessee State. It's human nature. It's not Tennessee in their head. And that's just part of it. And we've clipped some teams because of that. My first year we beat Georgia Tech. Same type of situation. They're getting ready to play Villanova. They weren't really ready to play. We beat them. Beat Mississippi State last year coming off a break. It happens. But give those kids credit. They didn't let it happen. Thanks. Is that it? All right, thanks.